Smoke Screen Podcast is brought to you by Creative Designs and More. It's Creative Designs, the letter N, More. Check out Wanda at Creative Designs and More on Facebook, or you can also check her out on TikTok at C Wanda B. That's SEE Wanda B. The letter B, man. I'm gonna tell you, y'all see my lighters I have, man. She does a great job. Any kind of party favor you need, coming to your party to design it, just let Wanda handle it, and I bet you she'll make it right for you. I promise you, man. Knock on wood, man. I promise you, dog. I would not lie to you. You ain't never lied to you on Smoke Screen, man. Make sure you checking out Creative Designs and More, man. Wanda will set you straight. I promise you, we'll get you right, man. Make sure you checking her out. And that's for our sponsors for the All right, y'all, man. I told you in the intro, dog. You can see it right now, man. I got the one and only Eddie Rocker, man. Tote that rock, dog.
What's up, bro? What's good, bro?
Cooling, bro. Cooling, man. Cooling. How your day been?
Man, everything been cool, man. Working for yourself with the kids, man. It's fun, doing what you want to do. But then being able to come home and relax and be with my kids is even better. So definitely
Yes.
a good day.
So you just do cut different now? That's all you doing now? Or you still working?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So after this past May, I quit. I put in my 2 weeks at a job I was working for 7 years, man. After this initiative started, my brother was Jamie Gilmore. He's been heading this for the whole time. The past, this is going on 3 years. So the whole time that this has been going, Cut Different been going. I've been helping out as much as I can.
Yeah.
But I knew this past summer it was like I really wanted to be there. So like I trust in God. I mean, things it's still a work in progress, but I'm happy, bro. It's definitely God got this thing going for me.
Yes,
So,
sir.
yeah.
Right, man. That's me. T. Shout out T, man. Snapback T, man. Listen to
My
Apple
boy.
Podcast. Yeah, dog.
Yeah, yeah.
Rock, man. T told me about it, but then now I started looking. I found your YouTube videos and was watching the YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, dang, bro, just told me about it, but we just caught on to it. It's been going on, like you said, for 3 years, bro.
Yeah.
That's amazing, dog. We'll get into
2023.
that, though. I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to start off on that, but bro. So, what you got planned for Labor Day?
Labor Day. Right now, it's crazy. My youngest brother, he plays for Tennessee Tech.
Right.
So we actually plan on going up there they play Kansas. So Kansas plays Tennessee Tech this Friday. So we'll be up there probably just chilling with him for the weekend. Nothing too major. That's the holiday right there. Being able to be there. Because the job that I had before, again, it kept me from being able to, help out with the organization as much as I wanted, but also it kept me from, going to some of my younger brother games. So yeah, be there with him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but rock, dog, man. Now I met you at FAMU, man. With
Right.
God doggone
Bobby Jackson.
yeah, Bobby
BJ. Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, dog. Bobby granddaddy preached at my family church down there in Miami, and my granddaddy knew Bobby granddaddy for a long
That's crazy, bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
so
I had
crazy,
told him when you had reached out to me, I was telling him about it, and we, of course, now we older now, so sitting there thinking back to when him and Thomas were roommates, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Now we looking at that now, like, but that was a while ago, but we getting up there, yeah, man. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's beautiful thing though, bro. We still kicking and still rocking, doing what we're supposed to do. That's all that
Definitely,
matters.
definitely.
That's all that
Yes,
matters.
sir.
But your time at FAMU, man, if you want to let the people know how your time at FAMU was, being the #1 running back out there, man, toting it, dog.
Yeah, man, that was cool, man. I laugh with the kids sometimes, bro, because I sit back and think to my freshman year. So I think that first game, my freshman year, we played. It was a home game, Bragg Stadium, bro. I never seen that stadium that packed at that point in time. Like it was just crazy. So the atmosphere, you playing football in high school, and okay, you're seen as a star athlete, having 5,000, 7,000 fans at a high school game, but then you get to that college atmosphere, and bro, that it was just it was just crazy, bro. It was like shell shocking, culture shock, basically. Not, never experiencing that before. And then
Yeah,
I actually get into my first game and score a touchdown. That was really crazy as a true freshman scoring my first touchdown. But just playing there overall, bro, it was a great experience, especially playing with the marching 100 behind you, bro. You can't beat that. And now, you know what I'm saying? You see the band in Paris. You hear about Ohio State, man. They raving about fam, bro. So it's really crazy to grow up and you hear about it, but then you actually experience that. So that was big, man. I enjoyed it. I definitely did.
that's funny, man. I was listening before we got on. I was getting ready to give a mind right. I was listening to the 100. My wife came in. She was like, "Why you listening to the Marching 100?" I was like, I'm about to record
Game time.
rock, dog. It's game time, baby. You got
Yeah,
it right.
definitely. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. But you play high school, man. Now your high school ain't no
Yeah.
slouch neither, dog. Your high
No,
school
no, no.
too.
Yeah, North Marion High School, Central Florida, man. For the past, I want to say back when I started there in 2005, they had started a run, and from 2005 up until 2009, when while I was there, we had good runs. What the Final Four, my freshman sophomore year, my junior year, we went to the final. I believe the final eight, and then my senior year, we went to the first round and lost to Pasco in Dade City, Florida. But yeah, after that, we had Freddie Swain, that's in the NFL now. He played
Yup.
for UF. Yeah, bro, we had. Hey, North Marion had some good runs, man. And right now, they actually on a this year. They're starting out. They started out the season good, so they're projected to go pretty far. But yeah, man, North Marion not nothing to play with, man. We put the boys on the map.
Hey, man, yeah, I told you my mom was down there, and
Yeah,
she would talk about all the high school games. She said you can't beat North Marion though. You got to
nah,
beat North Marion.
yeah. They're calling it. So we're at we're seen as the north end of the county. They see us as the country boys. So it's so funny because like you be in the city, talking to some of the other people, and they be like, man, you never know what them country boys got out there. And I promise you, bro, because I was raised in the city, so we heard about them, but it wasn't until I got out there, bro. It's different. Country bred people was a lot different, man.
Hey, she would
Yeah,
tell me
it
about the
was just
cow pastures out there. And
ah. And I say about if you go to a game ball kickoff at 7:30, I promise you, it never fails by 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the evening,
mhm.
bro. The cow patty smell, all that
That's what
cow
she
stuff, boy. You smell it, it hits you. You just get used to it though. Like, welcome to Cow Patty High, north end of the county, baby.
Yeah, man. Man, Marion County is a big, bro. That's a big county, though.
Yeah,
Marion
yeah.
County.
So when people think about Marion County, bro, back then you used to hear people say, you blink once, you pass through when you're going down the interstate. But
Mm-hmm.
you would have to be here, bro, to actually see that, bro. It's way bigger than what you see, going down 75 north and southbound. But yeah, Marion County pretty big, man.
Yeah, I think she said it's like one of the biggest counties in Florida or something like that.
Close to it. It's close to it. We up there. I ain't gonna say we the biggest, but Marion County definitely up there. Yeah.
What made you choose FAMU? What other offers did you have?
So, bro, I'm a real moment. So, all right. Again, so we're on here because of the organization that my brother and I created, but part of that was FAMU was like the last choice, and I say that with the most respect to the Rattlers. Again, I heard about FAMU back then, but what a lot of the kids when they grow up, coming up, so I was like, with me being a pretty decent athlete, I'm thinking Florida State, Miami, Georgia, South Florida. I'm thinking of like top, big power schools, man, and that's why I had my dream set on. FAMU, any black college, I didn't see myself at a small school. So I had Temple University, Tulsa University. I actually had a coach came through from Boston College. Even they showed interest in me, but something went wrong with they something was miscommunicated with my grades, which I was they didn't think I was eligible, but I was. Um, Whatever that happened, but yeah, bro, I was recruited by some nice colleges, but not having the guidance. I didn't have a bigger brother. My dad never went off and played sports, so when it was time for what I was thinking was, okay, I'm gonna see how many offers that I get, and then when it's time for when it's when signing day come in February, I'll just choose out of the multiple offers that I had. But I didn't know that you should verbally commit to these schools so that they can hold that scholarship for you.
Yeah.
Man, by the time it was between Temple University and Ball State University in Indiana, and by the time it was time to commit in for signing day in February, bro, all of them were gone. Not that they took them back, but what I didn't know that they gave offers. They offered, okay, so a school may have 10 scholarships, they're gonna offer 20 kids in hopes that they get those 10. But I didn't know that. I was unaware of that. So again, I waited to the last minute, and all the offers that my offer was off the table because other kids had taken a scholarship. So my coach, Daryl Collins, he was a former Rattler back in the day, back in his days, and he actually put out tape for me. Coach Patter, Edwin Patter, he was the I believe the tight end coach at that point in time when I first came. Um, Basically, they were in communication. The next thing I know, Coach Patter and my mom and my parents they were in communication, and before I knew it, I was on FAMU campus without a scholarship, bro. And that was the crazy thing. So again, it wasn't that I chose FAMU. I just think God had a purpose. It was one of those things where like you walking in the dark. Something to me at that point in time, it was like it was a dark moment for me, bro. Again, I come from we talking about the accolades that I had. We talk about the school, the school that I played at. We were winning, so my name was well known, but for me to go off to college without a scholarship, bro, I was hurt. I
Yeah.
was hurt, and at that point, it's like, bro, I wait till they would tell me, you can wait till spring, and we could bring you in the spring. I was willing to wait so that I could get the scholarship, but needless to say, my mom, I had to get out of her house. She said either school or the military. So I wasn't doing the military, so they got me up there. They got me up there to FAM, and bro, from there the rest is history. So I can definitely say it was good. It was a good choice,
Yeah,
the
man.
best choice actually.
Yeah, if you want to let the listeners know what it's like playing in Bragg, dog, what that what that
Yeah,
what that feeling is like. All them people
bro,
look just
bro.
like you.
Again,
Watch. Oh man.
yeah. That year, bro, we had so when I came in, you got to think again. Fam was doing pretty good that year that I came in 2009. You had Curtis Pulley at quarterback,
Hmm?
Leroy Van returning the kicks,
Every
bro.
morning.
Yeah. It was that type of vibe there. So they already had the atmosphere. They already had a winning atmosphere. But then the fans coming out, bro. The fans, the band, bro. That was crazy, bro. So again, I go back to being in a culture shock. Like it's all our people, but it's like, bro, I've never seen it at this level, like as intense as it was. So that was big. And then again, I go back to my first game, bro. That was my first. I was a true freshman, my first game of the season, and I scored a touchdown. Bro, that was crazy. Like so at that point, it set everything else off. The remainder 3 years there, it was great.
Cause dog,
It
you
was
had
great.
Philip Sylvester back there with you.
Philip Sylvester,
Who else was back there with
Mike, yeah, Philip Sylvester, Mike Benson, Levante Page,
you? Yup.
ah, James Owens, uh, bro, man, it was some people back there, but we had what's his name, Jacobs, Andre Jacobs. He was from Ocala as well. He played at North Marion as well. So yeah, bro, it was a good stable back there, man. We had a good backfield, man.
Yeah, man. But what was your favorite game? Was that the game that you scored in? Your favorite game you played in?
So that was a favorite game just because it was the first game, and I was introduced to FAMU. But you can never take anything away from the classics, bro.
Mm.
The I thought that was something, bro. Hey, listen, my first classic going to down in Orlando. So now the Atlanta Classic was fun too. The food is the best in Atlanta. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey man,
I'll never
because
forget.
they need to bring that one back, bro. They got to bring that one back, bro.
Bro,
Got to bring that one back, dog.
it's funny, bro, because Bobby is a big cake eater, man. Chocolate cake eater, bro. That's our man, bro. That's our man, bro. Kicked it off at the beginning, but we always touch on, bro. Atlanta was the best place for all desserts. The food was good, but the desserts, that chocolate cake, bro, hit every time. But the classic, the Orlando Classic, bro, I will never forget coming down. Now this coming down 75. We going down 75. So we going down. No, I'm sorry, we going 75 north. But then the bus makes a slight U-turn going in the wrong direction. Bro, I was like, yo, like what is this? So, that experience in itself, you know what I'm saying? That was like one of the favorites. Just that at that moment, I knew how big that classic was. I knew how big, that whole when you hear the Orlando Classic, it's big. It's real big. So that I'll say that was the best, my favorite game. The first game also because we definitely beat them. We definitely beat them. There was a lot of fans there, but just to experience the Orlando Classic, but that was probably the favorite one.
Oh, but you played in the famous Georgia Dome too, bro. We talking about Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. My you talking about that? I think that was my sophomore year. Sophomore or junior year? Nah, because Philip was there my sophomore year, so that didn't work. Philip was there. He was toting that rock my sophomore year. But my my junior year, I actually man, I won MVP. I won the MVP that game. So we got a plaque for that. The Atlanta Classic when we played it was either Southern, I believe it was Southern or Middle Tennessee. I can't remember, but yeah, Atlanta Classic was big, bro. Yeah, definitely.
How important? I know this ain't on the docket, but how important is these HBCUs coming back and like the classes of like Southern playing FAMU back again? And how important is that, man?
Bro, I mean, again, it's just the environment, bro. You can never take anything away from being in the that environment in itself, bro. I don't care black, white, purple, green. You get around. I'm talking about again. We just we're talking about the band playing off, and you got to definitely count a lot of this to the band as well. It's not just the players, but the band, bro. The type of crowd that they bring out, bro. They come to see the band, no doubt. The band gonna do what they do. You can't take that from them. But also, then when you have those type of teams that bring that at that point in time, that's one thing that coaches always say, in those rivalry games or those classics, bro, you might as well everybody 0-0. Everybody 0-0 because everybody bringing me best in those classics. I mean, 9 times out of 10, you're playing somebody on the opposite side when you have those classics that you grew up with or you played with in high school or something of that nature. So when you bring that type of environment together, bro, is always high. It's always high. It's always fun. You can always have a good time.
I know that trash talking them classics.
Oh yeah, you know it. You know it. I had a cousin. You talk about that, bro. I had a cousin at Bethune, David. Yeah, David Armstrong. He was a lineman at Bethune. So now we from Ocala. Again, this is what I'm saying. So we from the same city, but we at rival schools. So yeah, you gonna trash talking to death. That's a part of it. You can't take that away.
Oh man, dog. So how you thought about that North Carolina game? Did you catch that one?
Bro, I got high hopes for fam, bro. I got much respect. I got much respect for them. Despite, the other news, they still play good. Them boys still play good. So I definitely got a lot of respect for them, Coach Willie and the team, bro. The boys came and they played their hearts out, bro. I'm not gonna say I never, but to see them really put together, what I will say, they almost put together a whole game of 4 quarters.
Yeah.
The first 3 quarters definitely, bro. But that, of course, that 4th quarter, it went away. But the first 3 quarters, bro, that was one of the things because even when we played Miami, we played South Florida, we played Oklahoma, and a lot of the times, when I played, my experience was, we'll stick with the team till like halftime. After halftime, well, yeah, it's not a game. That was a game, bro. So that was definitely a good game.
Yeah, man. I was watching. I said I was gonna rewatch it for the Me and T podcast. But I was watching the game, and I was like, man, maybe North Carolina playing down to FAMU, but I was like, nah, North Carolina trying to catch these boys. They can't catch them.
Nah, Nah, you can't say that though. I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna disrespect family say they
Ah,
playing down. Hey, you step
okay.
on that field, hey, you put a pants leg on just like I do, right? You come on there playing with me if you want to. I'm gonna run you over. I say that.
That offense, dog. I was like, dog, okay. He was,
Yeah,
the route, different routes. Man, ain't just the same
yeah,
route tree, bro. Everybody running different routes. And man,
yeah, perfect.
waggle plays rolling out. Man, that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
if they
I
could do
don't
that
know,
versus, they could do that versus North Carolina. They about to show out in this sweat.
bro. Definitely,
They about to
definitely,
show
man. So
out.
that'll be big. High hopes for them boys this year. I hope they have another good run.
Yeah, man. But before we move on to the main part of the docket, dog, what's your thoughts on you touched on it real quick. What's your thoughts on what's going on right now with FAMU, man?
Yeah. So the I'll say the disheartening news when you hear 20 ineligible players, bro. It's crazy because back in, I don't remember the year. I had graduated in 2013, so maybe I'll say around like a year or two after I graduated from FAM in 2013. There was, news came out that that tenure of me playing from 2009 to 2012, that year that we won the we had the title. It was us, FAMU, South Carolina State, and Bethune that tied for the MEAC, and we ended up, so we were division, we partook in the division championship. So at that point, we get the rings and we have the dates on the top of the field house. So back, again, 2014 to 2015, when you hear that we're stripped of that championship because of the ineligible players, it's like, bro, that's crazy. So, you can't do nothing about it. It happened, whatever. I still got my ring. So to me, I still got a division championship. I'll keep that. I don't care what they say. But fast forward now, almost close to 10 years later, bro, now you hear it's happening again. It's like, bro, when is enough enough? You know what I'm saying? It's at the end of the day, um, it's the kids. I say kids, but I mean it's the students who are playing that, you know, will they be able to recover? And if they're not able to recover, how will they be able to graduate? And that's the biggest thing. At the end of the day, this is it's a business. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, just looking in the aspect of an athlete, at the end of the day, bro, you really go there to graduate. You're gonna go to the league or you're gonna graduate. And so I just feel like it's kind of crazy that, we're the type of the caliber of school, the status that FAMU has, bro, is just sad to see that, we back in the same situation again.
Yeah, man. They kind of not. You was just talking, man. They kind of hit me like, dog. Hold on, they star player that's up for all these All Americans is in the situation. Like, how y'all miss this and not help this star player who getting y'all all the NFL scouts coming in,
Right.
all these people coming in to see this dude play and practice, and y'all
Yeah.
flip up and mess this up. But like you said, it's been going. I told you about my incident with the
Yeah.
advisement and having to really advise yourself.
Right.
Man,
Right.
yeah, man. You got to be cut different to get,
You gotta
yeah.
you gotta be cut if you gotta be accountable of yourself and your actions. But at the end of the day, yeah, we could definitely say we say the university because the university can control, can do a better job of controlling, what athletes deal with when it comes to student advisement, study hall, and those things. But at the end of the day, they are grown men. So
Mhm.
again, I mean, I know, football is the for an athlete, it's about football, but bro, you got to make sure that you come handle business as well. You really come here to handle business. So as a man, you got to be accountable and take care of business.
No, Rock, that's one reason why I appreciate y'all. Every time I saw you up and tell ass I had to dap you up, dog, because you
Yeah,
always
yeah.
kept it real, bro. But how was Rock growing up, man? What you was into growing up?
Bro, hey man, God had His hand on me, man. I was rough around the edges. I'll say that. I definitely had a praying family. Me and my brother, we laugh about it. Now we joke about it, but at the same time, it's all seriousness, man. Uh, I say we were in the city, and again, when it's easy to equate my life to, our initiative with the program with Kut Different. So a lot we're big on exposing youth, taking them out of the environments and putting them in, showing them something outside of the environment, something that, you know, you could tell them they could be NFL football players, and they could go to college or something of that nature. But if you never actually take them there to see that, they will never know. So I go back to, you know, we were in the city, growing up around all our homeboys, and a lot of them, you know, they unfortunately they went the wrong way. But our parents, they moved us out, you know, to the countryside, and going out that way, we, you know, it was more so, you know, we were in a new environment, you know what I'm saying? So we weren't around the same people, the people that we grew up with that could have easily persuaded us to do those bad things. So yeah, man, growing up, again, I was rough around the edges. I got in trouble here and there, but my parents, they definitely, it was tough love, and they taught us how to be accountable, be responsible, be respectful, and those were things that helped me through high school, and then get to college. You know, when you get to college, it's like, okay, you here now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our family, they never really got to that level. So now that, honestly, I was the first person on my dad's side of the family to make it off to college, bro. So for me, it was like a double win. Not only, you know, was I playing football like everybody had been saying, nobody ever showed me, you know, nobody ever took me to a college football game, you know, on my dad's, like, none of that was actually shown. But I made it to college football, you know, I made it to the collegiate level, and then I'm the first person in the family to make it off to college. So that was big. So that definitely stuck with me. I knew at that point, like, you know, it was work to be done, and I was gonna make sure that happened. So growing up, man, it was fun. It was, you know, I bumped my head a couple of times, but you learn along the way. And it's not about you hear, you know, I know it's kind of cliche, but you hear, you know, you fall down, but it's not about staying down. It's about getting back up. So, you know, I just learned along the way, man.
Yeah, man. Do you see the same things that you saw growing up? You see the youth experiencing the same type of situations?
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Nowadays, bro, it's worse, bro. The type of things that they're able, that's like in their grasp, like, bro, a gun. You know, back then, in high school, talking about getting a gun, but you would have to go through like a few different people in order to go, you know, to have a gun in your hands, in your possession. Now, bro, these kids in middle school possessing guns, like, how did that happen? So you have, you know, gangs, you know, gang violence, uh, it's peer pressure, crazy peer pressure. Man, it was at one point we heard about a student, I think it was like fifth grade, sixth grade, you know, smoking marijuana in the bathroom. It's like, bro, what? At that age, well, I heard about it, I knew what it was, but how did you even get your hands on that? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
again, it's way more easier for kids to get involved in the wrong things nowadays, and I hate to say it. I mean, as a proud African American male, there's a lack of us in our communities. And I mean, not just, you know, I could say I could stand on the lack of us in our community, in our households, but just males in general. There's a lack of positive male role models, and a lot of times you see a lot of males leading these kids down the wrong path, and that's where the problem starts. You know, so yeah, I see it, man. You see it every day. So just doing our best to kind of deviate, you know, help them deviate from the wrong path down the right path.
Yeah, man. Rock, dog, bro. I was doing some research today, man, just looking some stuff up, dog.
Uh huh.
Everything that you say, bro, you can really stand on it because you're doing it with your business, dog. Then I look up. First picture I see is you 40 under 40, bro.
Oh yeah,
Top 40
yeah,
under 40 in Ocala, dog. What's that recipe? What's the recipe you do to get this to get this
bro.
talk like this, dog?
So I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was shocked, just as shocked as you were. Again, again. Well, and I guess, but when you do the work, it's seen. You know, you're not for something of this status. You don't just get anybody just can't achieve that goal. But definitely credit my brother. Again, at this point in time when our organization took off, um, I was coming home as much, bro. I was coming home like every weekend, you know, to try to make sure I was a part. But my brother was like, he was really, really heading this thing, heading our organization, um, getting us going in the right direction. So, I mean, that's my brother. That's my he's the middle brother. But you know, growing up, it was you know, he's 2 years younger than me, a year and a half younger than me. So, you know, we were like two peas in the pod. So, you know, his accomplishments were my accomplishments and vice versa. So, you know, at the end of the day, we were doing the work together, even though he was leading that. So, and, you know, that's basically how that came about. But that's definitely big. It's big when you achieve that type of award.
Yeah, man. And where'd y'all get? Now we gonna get in the Cut Different, man. Your organization. Where'd you get the name?
Right. So now it's crazy again. You know, so my brother, it was the end of 2019. I'll never forget. It was like October, November. My brother was going through a situation where he was applying. Now, mind you, at this point in time, my brother had his master's degree as well, bachelor's in business administration and a master's in business management. I'm sorry, not business management, but sports management. And man, my brother had applied to so many, not so many, but he applied to a few different jobs, and for some reason, they didn't choose him. Like he wasn't able to get the job. And at that point in time, when he was dealing with what he was dealing with, one of his homeboys, one of his college roommates, they were talking, and how the call. So basically, how the call was, he called me one night. He was like, "Man, you know, me and bro was talking, and you know, he was just telling me like, you know, men like us, because the main thing was like, you know, how do men like us deal with adversity? How do men like us deal with things when it's not going our way? You know, a lot of people they tuck they tell. So again, you go back to, you know, if you fall down, it's not about falling down, it's about getting up. So the conversation went on, and he was like, "Yeah, man." Sip was like, I said his name. So yeah, Sip. Shout out to Sip for that, man. He was like, "Man, yeah, you know why, bro? Because you cut different." So everybody familiar with the term "cut from a different cloth," but he ended up saying "cut different." So he was like, "All right, this is my brother." Like, "Man, cut different." He was like, "What you think about that?" So I'm thinking. Before I knew it, I was like, "Bro, that's tough, bro. Cut different is tough." And we went with that. So basically, that's what it is. Cut different is just it's cut from a different cloth. And I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but the K is backwards. So when you see cut different, it's KUT. So it's like that because we're unique. Everybody's not built the way that we are. I'll say that. So everybody's not built the same way that we are. You know, only a select few. We've again with me, you know, there have been times going, you know, FM just through life, you know, we dealt certain hands that most men, you know, check out. Most people just check out because they're not able to deal with those unforeseen things in life. But you got to be able to maintain. You got to be able to wrap your mind up, wrap your head around what's going on, and move forward, make the best of that dark time. So that's basically how that happened. That was in 2019. My brother called. Um, 2000 November 2019, man. Before I knew it, 2020, January 2020, we starting up a nonprofit during COVID at the peak. Like COVID really took off.
COVID
This is when COVID
passing.
took off.
So I know that a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, bro. We that started then, and I think we, you know, I'm big on. I don't know if you're familiar with the motivational speaker Eric Thomas, ETA and Associates. He's a check him out, bro. He's big time. Eric Thomas and Associates, man. He's a motivational speaker, and again, there was I just remember the podcast. I can't remember exactly what he said, but something along the lines of, you know, if you can deal with, if you can birth something in a recession or at a time like that when, you know, when COVID hit, if it can withstand that, it can withstand anything. And bro, here we are going on. So I believe, yeah, January of 2023 will be 3 years because we started in 2020, bro. So that was the birth of something good, man. Something great.
Yeah, I started my podcast in 2020 though.
That's crazy.
January January 2020, I started my podcast. Dog, bro, and yeah, shit, bro. I needed that word
Yeah,
right there, bro. I'm gonna have to look
yeah, yeah, man.
that word right there. I needed that word, dog.
Yeah, man. Congrats, though.
I appreciate
Congrats, because there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people there in that time, bro.
everybody was talking
It's
about starting
crazy,
a podcast.
bro. Podcast, like, but and at the same time, so everybody were either it was one or the other. You were trying to start a podcast, like you were trying to start a business, or you tucking your tail because you like, man, like what to do. So you know, again, for the ones who started for yourself for starting a podcast in 2020, bro, look at you now. You know what I'm saying? So that speak big. That's big to you. You know, speak numbers to the type of guy that you are. Bro, just speak volumes, bro. Like a lot of people are not built like that, bro. So for you to be able to put your head down and keep pressing forward, you know, what you want to do, bro. That's much respect, bro. Respect, man.
Shit, bro, I appreciate that, man. I always say on the
No
episode,
doubt.
it's therapy for me. Hope it's therapy for you. Really, that was therapy for me, dog. We can really interact.
Yeah.
I appreciate that word right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no doubt,
We'll
bro.
keep it going, man. But
Yeah.
dog, man, how is it hard getting support Cause Marion County, so like I told you, my mom was down there. It's a lot of black folks down there, man. A lot of black
Yeah.
folks down there. Is it hard getting support
Ah.
from your people, local people?
So, man, you gotta love your people. I love my coach, I promise. And that was something. So before I go there, that was something that FAMU taught me, bro. Be proud of who you are. Be proud of the skin that you're in, bro. You should never, don't feel less than because you're African American. You're African American at all. Like, bro, you be proud of that. But I will say it has been, truth be told, bro, a lot of the time, a lot of the sport doesn't come from our community. I can't say that's sad, but at the end of the day, that's I, bro. I'm sure you about 30 years old, bro. I've been here. I've seen a lot of things. I heard a lot of things, and it's like things I've like, man, nah. I know they will support our organization because we're from that community. We're from the community, and we're doing what we're doing, to serve a purpose from our
Yeah,
community. Bro, a lot of it's not the case, bro. And a lot of times you get a lot of we've seen more support from other communities. And I mean, again, it's just it is what it is. We're not gonna let that stop us. I mean, everybody have their reasons for the reason they do or they don't. But at the end of the day, bro, it's still gonna keep going because if we allow that to show face, so if we sit and talk about what our community isn't doing for our organization, our youth gonna hear that, bro. The kids that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, bro, they literally soak up everything that they hear. Bro, I got a 10-year-old and bro, she gotta watch what I gotta use I gotta cold words around her sometimes because she pick up so much. So again, that the group that we're around, bro, you got to be careful what you say. So a lot of times, even during the negative thought, even doing the negative aspect of our community, we still talk highly about them just so that they can understand that at the end of the day, you still got to do what you say you're gonna do. So regardless of the support from our community or not, Kut Different still gonna be Kut Different. We still gonna do what we need to do, make sure that this thing continue to go.
yeah, bro. Cause man, it's only a matter of time for they do go. Cause you can't even, I couldn't tell that if you know how you might not be getting all the support you could that
Yeah,
you should be getting. Because bro, you taking these dudes on some experiences in some
yeah,
places. I wish
yeah,
I could have had when I was a
bro.
kid, man. That age. What age group
Yeah.
do you try to go for?
So our age group, our core group was 4th through 8th grade. So that's I mean, at that point you got to think. So that's what 10 through 14, 10 through 13 years old, 14 years old. At that age, we feel like we work in a space of prevention, bro. How can we prevent the youth from going down the wrong path? And at that point, there's still, we're becoming men. We're trying to figure out who we want to be. So again, if we can be a positive model to them of what a man is, showing them how to dress, showing them how to talk, showing them how to carry themselves at a younger age, then they'll soak up that game that we're able to give them. And by the time they hit 9th, 10th grade on into manhood, adulthood, saying now they were taught something. You're not doing it because you wasn't taught right. You're doing it because that's your choice. And if that's the case, that come with that comes certain consequences. But if you want to move in a way that we're trying to show you to move, that those are positive things that come out of it. So I mean, to your point, man, back to the topic, you said we take them to different places. One of the biggest places that I think we took them this past year though was we actually came up to FAM. We toured the campus, and it was big. Of course, the kids, man, a lot of the kids in our community again, everybody want to play sports, so they were big on that. We were able to go to the basketball gym and the football stadium, the locker room, and seeing those things. But at the same time, you still have to. I said it earlier. You have to be able to take them out of the environment. So if we tell them, that, you can go to college and play basketball, you go to college and play football, you go to college in general. Don't just tell them. You got to show them. So FAM was one big one. I'm not sure if you know what Lockheed and Martin.
Mm.
They're big. A big time organization, big time corporation. We did a thing with them this year with it was taught into CF, so Central Florida Community College here. We were actually able to go to the college and they would actually be hands on with so my son, 5 years old, was able to control a robot. So the kids were able to see robots. They were able to. I mean, it was like, I don't make me lie to you, but I can't think of the name of this high tech stuff that they were able to interact with. But
I
so
know what
we
you're
went,
talking
we
about.
had, yeah. So basically engineering, that's something. So
Yeah.
to hear that, they were able to see engineering. And not only that, there was a one guy, bro. I promise you, 30. I'm 31 years old, and growing up, I never ever heard anybody tell anybody around me that they could be an astronaut. There's always doctors, lawyers, and things of that nature. Not saying those are bad things, but a lot of the times we get wrapped around the same things over and over, man. There's so many things that these kids can be. And to that point, you know, we went to a guy here, Darian Fraser. He's a supporter. Um, he has a trucking company, a dump trucking company, but he has a dump truck, he has a semi. Man, we went there. So again, this is what the kids see. So they hear about semi drive. They hear about, I mean, I'm sorry, they hear about semi trucks. They hear about all these things with CDLs and things of that nature. We were able to take them out to his facility, his area, his land where he has his trucks. Bro, the kids were able to what it's called. They were able to like put the bed of the truck, the dump truck, and they were able to lift the thing up, you know. So all these experiences, they were able to get inside the semi trucks, bro. They were able to actually see these things. So it's like, okay, if that's what you want to do, you can do it and be your own boss. And that was one of his things, his talks that he gave them. The lessons, like, you know, don't be afraid to bet on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And if you bet on yourself, just trusting God that He'll make sure that you get through, get whatever it is accomplished that you want to. So yeah, man, we took them to a lot of big places. We also went to Florida this year. Now, I wasn't there; I was on vacation. But one of the we call the trips, and that's the thing. So when we take them on these trips, they're called exposure trips. And again, exposure. You know, we're exposing these youth to things that they've never seen, bro. We expose you to people, places, and things outside of their everyday living. And if you show something, like again, if you show these kids this at a young age, they can remember these things, especially if it's something that they really want to do. So we pride ourselves on exposing youth to, again, things that they would never probably do on their own times or with their own family.
You know, you said about like basically planting that seed in their head with these different
Yeah.
businesses. That also it just hit me when these kids go back to school and they talk to their teacher, and the teacher asks
Crazy.
them what they want to be when they grow up. And these kids are
Yeah.
I want to be a truck I want to own my own truck company, and they calling it off. It might take it as where the teacher says, well, no, that kid knows exactly what he wants to do. Let me try to help
Yeah.
him as much as I can because he sounds
Right.
like he has a plan, and I want to try to push him. That's where it can all start at, dog. That's man, rock, bro. That's
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing, man.
Appreciate it. And even off that, bro, to your point, even with so what we do when we take them to these places, we try to build a relationship with whatever business or wherever we take them, we try to build a relationship with them for that reason, that exact reason, because a kid could be in ninth grade now, but in a few years he's ready to try to go out in one of these fields or try to, you know, he wants to go back to one of those facilities. And so we want to build that relationship, communication with that job or with that entrepreneur who has a trucking company or
Internship,
whatever.
all that.
Bro, we big on that. We try to make sure that we right now we ask the question, all right, what age can you start an internship? All right, 16, hey, well, you 15, right? Hey, one more year you go. And we just put that in their minds because again, we want to be able to your point, just we want to be able to put that in their face, bro. Success, you can be as successful as you want to. Especially when you got somebody putting it right in your face, there's no reason that you should be, you know, you should go any other way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely big on that.
You ever tried to you took them down to 'cause y'all down in Ocala. You ever took them to Lakeland to the Publix facility at the headquarters?
Uh no, never. We never did that, but that wouldn't be bad. I mean, just
Because
so
they
that they can
see,
see just how.
they go in the stores and see people bagging and see and cashiering. But now we can
Uh
take
huh.
it a little bit further. You can go to these corporate offices,
And see
work
how that.
inside yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna remember that because my mom has a friend that's actually a manager, store manager. So I could definitely get more info about that. Now that'd be big. And again, to your point, just to see how this stuff, how it actually works, it's more than just bagging groceries and going to a grocery store. It's a lot of work that go behind us. So no, that's big. Check that out for real.
And
And we
what are you
try to take these boys everywhere.
and y'all doing such a great job, bro. It seemed like y'all done took about every I done watched the videos, man.
Yeah.
It's amazing, dog. What like when you tell these kids that you're gonna take them, do you already have a set like this summer over the summer? Do you say on this day you were gonna go here, this day you gonna go here, or do you try to surprise them?
Yeah. So it's pretty much both. So for my brother and I, bro, I mean you ain't just gonna wake up the next morning and just be, you know, be the man. So for us, we do plan a lot. We plan ahead. So like right now, we're planning for what we want to do next summer. So we plan ahead because our summer program is our biggest. To us, that's like our big thing, and that's our big shebang. So we plan ahead, and then we have it on the calendar of when we're gonna do things, and then to your point, the week of. So we'll tell the kids. Excuse me. We'll tell the kids. So if we go somewhere on a Thursday, we'll tell the kids like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, get them prepared because they may have to dress up. Man. We're big on that, bro. It's appearance. You got to be able to be presentable when you go to these places, or if we outside in the sun.
I saw that, the red shirt
Yeah,
and all that, man.
yeah. So it's a little bit of both planning and surprising because a lot of the time, again, some of the places, not gonna lie, if you never heard of anything, if you never heard of Lockheed Martin at a young age, you say, all right, we're gonna do Lockheed. You like, all right, as a kid, like, what is that? Until you get there, you actually see what it is, So we try to do a little bit of both.
And what's like the kids? How are they? Like, they happy when you telling them, "Hey, we're gonna go here"? They get excited.
Yeah. For the most part, bro, and that's the thing. So a lot of times we be trying to do things that excite us as well. So a lot of yeah. So it's for the kids. Don't get me wrong, it's definitely for the kids. But I mean, it'd be for us. So again, I just as simple as FAMU. A lot of the kids heard about FAMU, so when they heard about it, their parents was excited. Like, man, that's big. For me, bro, I'm going back home. That's stumping grounds. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of times they are excited. I mean, they you can't. A lot of the kids they hear about things, but again, it's not about just hearing about it. It's actually putting them in that place. You know what I'm saying? Don't just talk about it. Show me. And if you show them, then I mean, you change everything about that kid.
Yeah, man. I was just thinking in my head. I said that's one thing too. Not only are you taking these kids to these places, you telling these kids and teaching these kids how to be a man of your word. Because you told them
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna take you here, and you showing them how you got to follow through with it. You got to
yeah, definitely.
follow through.
Your word is on as good as you are.
Yeah. What place did you think the kids like the most? Taking them to.
So for sure, they I know for a fact. So when they went to the well, I'll say FAM and UF. I'm not just gonna say because of the university themselves, but the football court and the basketball court, bro. All our kids want to play sports. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So those two definitely, and then again with the trucking, being able to see to see a semi, like they see them on the road, they see them on TV, but actually get inside one and actually operate one. That was one of the big ones as well. I know we went to Waste Pro, so they were able to see how trash comes in recycled and how they got it, how it's built together, and like so they weren't excited. They weren't as excited because it was stink. Like the stuff, the smell was very potent. But at the end of the day, they enjoyed it just to see how everything was done. So, but yeah, those three for sure. The seeing the football stadium, seeing the semis, those were the top for this past summer.
Gotcha, man. And right, we're gonna close it out. What keeps you going with the Cut Different, man? What keeps you and your brother going with Cut Different?
Man, it's the passion, bro. Again, I go back to the story that I gave earlier with my brother. When he was dealing with what he was dealing with as far as the jobs. Me being an older brother, bro, you would like to be able to coach your sibling through your younger sibling through. You be able to talk to them about your experiences and not being able to at that point in time because I was still in school. I had my family. So at that point in time, I wasn't able to do the thing that I wanted to do to be able to be that light to help that kid to help him through it. So for us, bro, it's just about passion, bro. Being able to show these kids positive things, being able to be there for them. You have to be able to once you see how much the kids trust you and how much they actually care about you, bro. You love what you do, bro. And my mom used to always say, you find a job that you like doing. It's not a job anymore, bro. I promise you, bro. There's we've encountered some men that's like, bro, I don't know how y'all deal with 20 kids. It's like I don't know how you don't deal with 20 kids. You feel me? So for us, it's just being passionate about what we're doing. We genuinely want to see these kids make it out of the streets. We want to see them make it out of the community and be successful men. And you always hear, a teacher for some teachers, they can't save every child, but if they save one or two, that makes their day. So for us, bro, I think it's uh, for us, it's the exact same way. We just want to see some, some of the kids that we were able to bring up, show, mentor the right way, and turn into some decent, wholesome young men, bro. I think that'll be big. So that's why we do what we do, bro. We just love it. We love what we do with passion.
And I can see it, dog. I can see it from the videos. I can see it from your social media, dog. And two, dog. Why is it important for people to give back to their communities, man? The people that
Bro, I
raise that
mean,
village and come back and try to help as much as you can.
yeah, I mean, because you've been there, you know what I'm saying? You've seen, for I speak for me. And my brother, I'm speaking for me and my brother. I mean, just us growing up in our community, bro. I mean, like you said, had we had somebody do this for us, what we're doing for the kids now, bro, it would be, just imagine like how far off we would be, like, whether it's status, knowledge, like job, like if we had somebody to drop game on us the way that we're dropping gems and game on these kids, bro, um, it would be for us. We know it'll be mountain, so it'll be changed. It would change. We know it would change ourselves, our lives, and again for so to answer your question, it's just that's why it's important. Somebody got to do it, and if we don't, then we're gonna be seeing all these game members. We're gonna be, the last thing we talk about, certain areas. You can't go in certain areas because kids rob, not men, kids. So it's important to come back and give back, bro, because a lot of times if you show your face in a positive manner, you show that you're trying to do something for the kids, for the youth, for the community, and you're in apt to get that kid or those kids to do the same thing, bro. So it's all about giving back to the community, bro.
And at least one of them kids, they gonna come back and do the same thing that you.
Definitely.
That's all that's really matter, bro. That's all that really matter, man. And what's next for the Kut Different crew, man?
Man, right now we just so our program, so we're a year-round program. So we're in school, so we have an in-school program, our empowerment program. We have an after-school program where we deal with the kids after school, and then we have our summer program. So right now it's just hey, making sure our kids, we had fun over the summer. We didn't have to worry about grades. We did our little journals, we did essays or whatever, we read books. But now it's about your grades. You got to be able to get your grades in order to, achieve those accolades in order to get to the next level. So for us, our next big thing, bro, is growing. We want to continue to grow financially, number wise. We also definitely prepare for the summer. That's one of our biggest things. Like again, just we trying to get these kids an experience, bro. Like we want to take them to Paris, like fam. The Rattlers, the Marching 100 did. We want to be able to do things like that. So that's our thing. Just trying to work on projects to get the kids exposed.
Yeah, man. One thing that was just popped in my head. One of the videos I saw, you had them stand up at the podium and talk, man.
Oh
Public
yeah,
making sure they get public speaking in, dog. Because I know growing up in the church, that's one thing my mama made sure you got to know how to speak. You got to get up there and say for church school. You got to say what you learned in church school. And you got to, what I'm saying, different programs. Shoot, she just had me on Sunday. She scheduled me to do. I had to raise the offering at church for Family and Friends Day.
You had to pray too?
No, I ain't. I said if I had to pray, I would have showed up. I would have had to watch it on Facebook.
Real talk.
But that public speaking, man, how important is that for these kids and these youth, man?
Bro, it's big, bro. You gotta be able to. That's part of communication, bro. That, believe it or not, appearance, communication, bro. That's big. If you can't speak, don't nobody want to hear you. You can't dress, don't nobody want to see you. That's just how it is. Public speaking is a lot, and I ain't even gonna act like I went through my phase of when I was at FAMU at first, bro. I did not like speaking, but one thing about FAMU, they gonna make you stand up and say who you are, where you from, in front of everybody. so hey, you might as well get hip to it at a young age, so it could be nothing when you get older, man.
Yeah, man. And Rock, man, before we get off, dog, let the people know how they can assist, man, anything that they can do, and how they can reach out to you.
Yeah, man. So you could check us out on our page at www.kutdifferent, cut with the K, KUT different.org. That's our page. If you want to get at us, we have info@kutdifferent.org. Any questions or concerns or any ideas that you guys have for us. We on all social media. So Kut Different Inc. on Facebook. It's Kut Different Inc. for all of them. Facebook, Instagram. I believe we got a Twitter. Some of the kids they be on Twitter. I don't do the Twitter thing, but I'm sorry, not Twitter, but TikTok. TikTok. They big on TikTok. Yeah, bro. So yeah, that's it on and we have even for the Cash App, we open the Cash App, man. Kut Different Inc. we open to all of them. So KUT Different.
I got you, bro. I got you, man. Rock, man, before we get out, though, I appreciate you one more time, man.
Yes, sir, bro. I thank you for having me on here, man, for real.
Anytime.
I was nervous at first. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was like, bro, I don't
Man,
know.
I seen you and your
And
brother.
then
Y'all did y'all podcast, man. I seen that.
Yeah. Bro, hey, I was nervous on that. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. It's a camera in your face, boy. It changed up. I ain't got my helmet on my head.
Yeah, man. You know,
Yeah.
I like to always say, everything you do conditions you for your, for your next move. So I think back when you had me public speaking and all that, I wanted to be like Stuart A. Scott and everything when I was a jit.
Yeah.
I wanted to get in.
Okay.
I got the FAMU and seeing all that work they had to do with that broadcast. I said, boy,
Yeah.
I can't pass
All right.
NC level on one.
All right. You gonna put in that work, my boy.
Yeah, so I said, man, it's what the podcasting it's pretty. Once you get used to it, it's pretty easy, man.
Yeah.
Easy, but yeah, man.
That's what's up, man.
I appreciate you, Rock, one more time, man.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no doubt, bro. Again, hey, I thank you, dog. Hey, I may do another podcast. Hey, man, put me on another. Let's see what we can talk about something.
I got you, dog. I got you. Me and T might hit you up, talk about ball a little bit. But
okay. Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all for checking out another episode of Smoke Screen Podcast with Eddie Rocker, Cut Different, man. It's your partner 91 Smoke. Y'all have a good week, man. Pay attention to Aftermath Podcast Football here, man. Gotta pay attention to it.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate y'all, man.